You're on the trip of your life. Beautiful city, amazing food, perfect weather. And then, at 6 in the morning, you wake up running to the bathroom. And you don't stop. For 2 days.
The stomach bug, the great equalizer. It doesn't care where you're from, how careful you were, or how excited you were about that meal last night.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluent Tales. I'm Sarah. Today we're talking about one of the most common travel nightmares, getting sick to your stomach in a foreign country and having to explain exactly what's happening to a doctor in English. New here? Subscribe and hit the bell. And if this helps you, please give us a thumbs up.
Welcome back. I'm James. Today's vocabulary: nausea, dehydration, oral rehydration salts, stool, prescription. Will help you describe exactly what your body is doing, even when your body is doing absolutely terrible things.
Grab a drink, preferably water. Stay hydrated. And let's hear today's story.
Today, we're talking about Yuki. She's 26 years old from Japan, and she's spending 3 weeks traveling through New Zealand before starting a new job in London. Auckland, Wellington, and now Queenstown, the adventure capital of the world. Day 4 of what was supposed to be the trip of her life.
Day 4. The day everything went wrong.
The night before, Yuki had eaten at a busy food market near the waterfront. Grilled lamb, fresh salads, a creamy chowder that smelled incredible. She ate everything. She photographed everything. She was happy.
She should have checked how long that chowder had been sitting out.
At 6 the next morning, Yuki woke up with a wave of nausea so strong she barely made it to the bathroom. And then it started. Vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps that came in waves. She lay on the bathroom floor of her hostel, pressing her cheek against the cool tile, thinking, this is not how this trip was supposed to go.
Anyone who has had a stomach bug on the road knows that exact feeling. The cold tile, the complete loss of dignity.
By noon, she hadn't been able to keep anything down. Not water, not crackers, nothing. She was dizzy when she stood up. Her mouth was dry. Her hands felt weak. Her hostel manager knocked on her door, took one look at her and said, "You need a doctor. Now."
A local medical clinic was 10 minutes away by taxi. Yuki arrived wrapped in a jacket, wearing sunglasses indoors, looking, her words, like a complete disaster. The receptionist handed her a form. Yuki looked at it and said, very quietly, "I'm going to need a moment."
The form could wait. The nausea could not.
A nurse brought her to an examination room almost immediately. She said, "Hi, can you tell me what's happening?" Yuki said, "I've been vomiting since 6 this morning, and I have diarrhea. I can't keep anything down, not even water."
The nurse nodded calmly. The nod of someone who has heard this exact sentence many times before, and said, "How many times have you vomited?" Yuki thought about it. "I think 7, 8. I stopped counting." The nurse made a note. "Any blood in the vomit or in the stool?" Yuki said, "No, just everything else."
The doctor arrived a few minutes later. She said, "I'm Dr. Walsh. You have classic symptoms of gastroenteritis, what we also call a stomach bug, most likely from something you ate. Your biggest concern right now isn't the vomiting itself, it's dehydration. You've lost a significant amount of fluid, and your body needs it back." She examined Yuki quickly, pressed on her abdomen, checked her eyes, then pinched the skin on the back of her hand and watched how slowly it bounced back. She said, "See how your skin is slow to return? That's a sign of dehydration. We're going to give you IV fluids to rehydrate you quickly and some medication for the nausea." A nurse set up the IV drip, a bag of fluids hanging from a stand connected to a tube in Yuki's arm. Within 30 minutes, Yuki felt the difference. The dizziness eased, the cramping softened. She looked at the IV bag and said, I didn't know water could feel this good.
Dr. Walsh came back an hour later. How are you feeling? Yuki said, Human. I'm feeling human again. The doctor smiled and said, Good. I'm going to prescribe you oral rehydration salts, a powder you mix with water that replaces the minerals your body lost, and an anti-nausea tablet for the next 24 hours. No solid food today, clear liquids only. Water, broth, plain tea. Tomorrow, plain rice or toast. Nothing heavy for at least 3 days.
Nothing heavy. In New Zealand, where everything on the menu looks incredible. That's the real tragedy.
Yuki looked at the doctor and said, How did this happen? I was careful. Dr. Walsh said, It's usually something that wasn't stored or cooked at the right temperature. Shellfish and creamy dishes are common culprits. It's very common with travelers. Your system simply isn't used to local bacteria in certain foods.
Yuki spent the rest of that day and the next in her hostel room, sipping warm broth and watching shows on her laptop. By day 3, she was back on her feet. Weaker, but back. And significantly more careful about creamy chowder at outdoor markets.
She told me later that the experience taught her 2 things. 1, always ask how long something has been sitting out. 2, always travel with oral rehydration salts in your bag. Always.
James, have you ever had a stomach bug while traveling?
I have. During my second year in medical school, traveling in the summer, I thought I knew better. I was studying medicine after all. I ate a salad from what looked like a perfectly reputable restaurant. I was sick for 3 days.
A medical student brought down by a salad.
Humbling doesn't begin to cover it. But it taught me something I tell every patient. It doesn't matter how experienced a traveler you are. Your gut simply isn't used to every local variation of bacteria. It's not about the restaurant being dirty. It's about biology.
And the most important thing is knowing when it crosses the line from uncomfortable to dangerous. Vomiting and diarrhea for a few hours, unpleasant but usually manageable. But if you can't keep any fluid down for more than 12 hours, if you see blood, if you have a high fever, or if you feel faint when you stand, that's when you need a doctor immediately.
Dehydration moves fast. Don't wait until you feel desperate. Go early.
Learning section. 5 words. Let's go.
Number 1. Nausea. The feeling that you're about to vomit. A strong, uncomfortable sensation in your stomach and throat. Pronunciation, nausea. 3 syllables, not nausea. Nausea. Tell the doctor, I feel nauseous, or I have nausea.
Number 2. Dehydration. When your body loses more fluid than it takes in, from vomiting, diarrhea, sweating, or not drinking enough. Symptoms include dizziness, dry mouth, weakness, and dark urine. Pronunciation, dehydration. Tell the doctor, I think I'm dehydrated. I haven't been able to keep any water down.
Number 3. Oral rehydration salts. A powder you mix with water that replaces the fluids and minerals your body loses during vomiting and diarrhea. More effective than plain water because it contains electrolytes, the minerals your cells need to function. Often called ORS. Pronunciation, or al rehydration salts. You can find them at any pharmacy. Travel with them always.
Number 4. Stool. In a medical context, stool means bowel movement, what comes out when you go to the toilet. Doctors will always ask about it when you have a stomach problem. Pronunciation, stool. You will hear, any blood in your stool? The answer matters. Blood in the stool means something more serious may be happening.
Number 5. Prescription. A written instruction from a doctor that allows you to buy specific medication at a pharmacy. Some medications require a prescription. Others are over-the-counter, meaning anyone can buy them freely. Pronunciation, prescription. After your appointment, the doctor will say, I'm going to write you a prescription.
3 phrases for this situation. First, I've been vomiting since this morning and I can't keep anything down. Duration, symptom, severity, all in one sentence. That's exactly what the doctor needs.
Second, I think I'm dehydrated. Simple and direct. This immediately tells the doctor that IV fluids may be needed and speeds up your treatment.
Third, is this safe to take with other medication? Always ask this before taking anything new. Some medications interact badly with each other. The doctor needs to know what you're already taking.
Today's word, nausea. 3 syllables. Nausea. Not nausea, nausea. Say it with me. I have nausea and I can't keep anything down. One more time. I have nausea and I can't keep anything down. Perfect.
When you're sick abroad, the food market rule is simple. If it's hot, it should be steaming. If it's cold, it should feel cold. If it's creamy or contains seafood and it's been sitting at room temperature for a while, skip it. Your stomach will thank you.
And carry oral rehydration salts in your travel bag. They weigh almost nothing. They cost almost nothing. And when you need them, and statistically, if you travel enough, you will need them, they are one of the most effective things you can put in your body. More effective than sports drinks, more effective than plain water alone. Pack them before every trip.
5 questions. Let's go.
Question 1. What country was Yuki visiting? New Zealand, specifically Queenstown, known as the adventure capital of the world. She was traveling before starting a new job in London.
Question 2. What most likely caused her illness? Something she ate at the food market? Most likely the creamy chowder that hadn't been stored at the right temperature. Dr. Walsh explained it was a common cause of gastroenteritis in travelers.
Question 3. What physical sign did the doctor use to check for dehydration? She pinched the skin on the back of Yuki's hand and watched how slowly it bounced back. Slow skin return is a classic sign of dehydration.
Question 4. What did the doctor prescribe? Oral rehydration salts to replace lost fluids and minerals, an anti-nausea tablet, and a clear liquid diet for the first day, followed by plain food for the next 2 days.
Question 5. When should you go to a doctor immediately? If you cannot keep any fluid down for more than 12 hours, if you see blood in your vomit or stool, if you have a high fever, or if you feel faint when you stand up.
How did you do? 5 out of 5 means you're ready. Missed some? Go back to the vocabulary section and try again.
Quick review. Nausea, the feeling you're about to vomit. Dehydration, when your body loses more fluid than it takes in. Oral rehydration salts, powder that replaces water and minerals lost during illness. Stool, bowel movement, what comes out when you use the toilet. Prescription, a written instruction from a doctor to buy specific medication.
And that's Yuki's story. She went from lying on a bathroom floor in New Zealand to back on her feet in 3 days because she got to a doctor quickly, communicated her symptoms clearly, and let the treatment do its job.
If this episode helped you, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Fluent Tales. Leave a comment telling us where you're from. We love hearing from our listeners around the world.
Thank you for being here. Take care of yourselves and each other. This has been Fluent Tales.
See you next time.
And Yuki says, I now travel with oral rehydration salts, a thermometer, and a very strong opinion about creamy seafood at outdoor markets.
The wisest backpacker in Japan. Bye, everyone.